Hello, friends. My name is Nico, and at Circo Latino, I teach stilts and juggling. Today, I would like to share with you the process of the makeup for one of my characters. To prepare for this task, I fuel my body with a delicious breakfast, coffee, eggs, oranges, super good. I'm transmitting to you from my house in Albuquerque in my little rehearsal space. Thank you so much for joining me for this session today. I can't wait to share all this with you. So let's get going. As I say, let's just begin with this. Right before I begin, what I'm gonna do is kind of like I did, or have a few steps for it. The first one is kind of like a preset of the tools what I'm gonna use. The second one is gonna be have a base layer. Then the third step is gonna be to create the structure of the makeup, and then the last step is gonna be basically to do the details of it. Great. So I'm gonna be doing the base, and then I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be facing this way because the mirror I have is here. I gotta say that this makeup is done for a performance that I did with Nemkatakoa a few years back. We created in 2011, I believe. And it was created in Bogota, and it was touring in many places, but that's not the point. The point is that so far I know that the performance has been done more than 100 times, according to our records. And since the beginning, we have a lot of the structure of the performance, but we weren't sure about the makeup. So we talked to a friend who does a lot of painting and art and makeup. It's not the only thing he does makeup, but he does some of it. And we invited him to be part of the project, to work with us. He agreed, he came and designed the makeup. The design was based obviously for the performance. He saw the performance first, and then he talked to each artist and designed it like according to that conversation and live. Like he didn't create any sketch previous to it or anything. He just went for it with each one. He spent like about 2 hours designing and creating right away like 11 makeup individuals. All of them different, but all of them with the same colors, the same palette, and all of them with the same concept, kind of. Obviously, each one different again because the structures of the phrase, because of their costume, in some of the cases even for the role, like for the musicians. So they have whatever they need open for the instrument, hands or loud. All of the other characters besides the musicians don't have pretty much any major restrictions. We were all on stilts, and nobody talks. The person who created the makeup his name is Ivan Chacon, and he agreed obviously to create it and then to be credited for it, and later we learn how to apply it. Some of the artists apply it themselves. And then I'm gonna do now the structure of the makeup. So we did already like the preset, we did the base, and now what I'm gonna do with this super fine brush is do the structure of it. I already know the makeup. Before what we did was taking photos of the first time we did the makeup, and then each artist started like using the makeup as a reference, and then now I just learn it because we did it so many times, so I know it already on my face. So I'm gonna be doing this. In my case, the structure begin kind of like dividing my face from my mouth to my ear, pretty much. So now that I have the structure, I'm going to kind of that final step of just detail, which is probably the most bigger step. And then the rest will be covered pretty much for the costume, the rest of the neck, and even the hair. That would be basically all the steps, kind of from like the design, the concept, and the application, the base layer, then the structural, which are like the simple lines that give you like, okay, here I'm gonna start doing this shading or effects or whatever, and then the final details of it. In some of the cases, you apply like a fixative, which could be a spray or it could be like a powder kind of fixative, so that way when you sweat and do things like that doesn't mess up. Again, this will be pretty much the makeup on myself besides the costume, which you will see at the end in some of the pictures that I'm gonna add of how the performance looks and how each character, but I'm probably gonna point some of how my character looks with the whole makeup and how it looks from the distance and the architecture. In this first picture, you can see a zoom of my makeup already with the costume itself and how it looks. On this one, you can see pretty much everybody look different, but the musician that has the same makeup that unified. And then here is just, again, the stilters looking different, but unified by color. Thank you so much for taking some time to stretch your circle muscles today with me. I hope you found some joy and fun during this session today, and will continue to as you practice or as you have the opportunity to do so. Thank you so much. Have fun.